Seventh Adventist Church. Beloved in the Seventh Adventist Church, this is an urgent message, very urgent message taken from Selected Message Book 2, page 279, in relation to drug use, like prescription drug medications like insulin and Tylenol and other mind-altering drugs for different disabilities people may have. It says, your questions I will say are answered largely, if not definitely, into how to live. Drug poisons being the articles which you have mentioned. The simpler remedies are less harmful in proportion to their simplicity. But in very many cases, before these are used when not at all necessary. There are simple herbs and roots that every family may use for themselves and need not call a physician any sooner than they will call a lawyer. I do not think that I can give you any definite line of medicines compounded and dealt out by doctors that are perfectly harmless. And yet it would not be wisdom to engage in controversy over this subject. The practitioners are very much in earnest in using their dangerous concoctions, and I am decidedly opposed to resorting to such things. They never cure. They may change the difficulty to create a worse one. Many of those who practice the prescribing of drugs would not take the same or give them to their children if they had no intelligent knowledge of the human body. If they understand the delicate, wonderful machinery, they must know they are fearfully and wonderfully made, and that not a particle of these strong drugs should be introduced into the human living organism. As the matter was laid before me, and the sad burden of the result of drug medication, the light was given me that Seventh Adventists should establish health institutions, discarding all these health-destroying inventions, and physicians should treat the sick upon hygienic principles. The great burden should be to have all well-trained nurses and well-trained medical practitioners to educate precept, line upon line, precept upon precept, here a little and there a little. Train the people in correct habits of healthful practices, remembering that an ounce of prevention is better than a pound of cure. Last statement, beloved. In our sanitariums, we advocate the use of simple remedies. We discourage the use of drugs, for they poison the current of the blood. In these institutions, sensible instructions should be given on how to eat, drink, and how to dress, and how to live, so that health may be preserved. Do not endeavor to adjust the difficulties by adding a burden of poisonous medicines. The simplest remedies may assist nature and leave no baleful effects for their use. Drugs always have a tendency to break down and destroy vital forces. God's servants should not administer medicines which they know will leave behind injurious effects upon the system, even if they do relieve present suffering. Every poisonous preparation in the vegetable and mineral kingdoms taken from into the system will leave its wretched influence, affecting the liver and lungs and deranging the system generally. Beloved in the Seventh Adventist Church, Ellen White says if we give up dairy and the use of flesh meats and the use of tea and coffee, and we don't eat between meals, we don't overeat, we don't drink while we eat, we exercise after we eat each meal, we try to drink our water or juice at least an hour after we eat each meal, we'll be able to give up the use of drug medications in healing disease. We can be able to take care of our body naturally, and our body will heal naturally without these drug medications, beloved. We need to practice these principles as true Seventh Adventist Christians in these last days. Educate away from drugs, my dear brothers and sisters in the Adventist Church. Follow the spirit of prophecy. We also need to move into the country. Country living is preferably to city living. Country living. Move our sanitariums, our church, our schools, our sanitariums are outside of the city. Now, our restaurants and our churches can be inside the city, but our schools and sanitariums should be in the country, beloved. So Ellen White says when the city goes up around the schools, like the city is going up around Oakwood, we need to move our school like Oakwood outside of the city into the country. That's what the servant Lord has said. So, beloved, believe in the spirit of prophecy in these last days. Become a true medical missionary and call porter for these last days. I just made $16 today in call porter ministry. God will bless your efforts as you follow the Bible and the spirit of prophecy, beloved. Thank you. God bless you. Maranatha.